Madam Speaker, I rise for a point of personal privilege.
Delegate Samirah, you have the floor.
Madam Speaker, I wanted to respond briefly to the comments from the delegate from Virginia Beach. We're in a time where the majority of Americans are disenfranchised from the political process. They're not participating. They're not voting as much as they used to. The majority of Americans do barely pay attention. They have fundamental problems in their life. The large majority of new wealth goes to the top 1% in this country. Although the majority of Americans, large majority of Americans have employment, their labor conditions are still poor. As a doctor, I know that we have a fundamental problem with profiteering in the healthcare industry. As the youngest legislator in Virginia, I see why somebody like Senator Bernie Sanders connects with young people like myself across the nation. From Medicare for All, to the Green New Deal, to legalizing marijuana, to wiping student debt clean, to immigration reform, to Palestinian, Arab, and Muslim rights, international rights. This campaign has been rejecting that one after the other, these inconsistencies, these unworkable status quos that we're living with. And the large majority of Americans see this too. I also want to make sure that we reject any anti-Semitic tropes that may be brought up in this building. This is potentially the first Jewish president that this country will ever see, and we are associating him directly with something that he does not claim to be. Something that has been used against Jews time and time again, calling them communists and furthering discrimination against Jewish Americans in this country. This is not long ago. This is one of the primary reasons why the Holocaust ended up happening. And we continue to hear that time and time again in this Commonwealth, and that needs to end. Somebody who's building a multiracial working class coalition that can beat President Trump's racist systematic discrimination is very important to us. And what the people decide in democratic elections, what they see fitting for their representation, is not something to be taken lightly. We are all voted on, we are all put into elections to be gaining confidence from our people. If we have a candidate who's leading the way in elections, we must respect those results. There's consistency, there's integrity, and there's commitment to uplifting those on the margins. That is what this senator has been doing for a very long time. I'm a proud believer in capitalism. I am not one to go against the notion that the free market has a lot of solutions for us. But I recognize exploitive capitalism. I understand it. Coming from a father who's an economist, I come from a very deep understanding of what that means to have our capitalism exploited for the few. There's many things that we've been working on this year to fight against inequalities. We've raised the minimum wage, hopefully this year. We've fought for women's rights. We fought for more transportation funding so that people can get to work when they need to. We still have a long ways to go. And I'm proud to be part of a generation that's willing to confront the status quo and move our country in the right direction. Thank you, Madam Speaker.